Hi friends, Tessa here, the Artful colorist. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm reviewing two how-to color books. One is from the Do magazine, and the other one is from Rachel. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name because I'm going to mess it up. But I found that these books were fantastic. I really liked the color workshop one because I found that it had a little bit more in-depth kind of how to do something, not just like suggestions, because she goes through step by step on everything. So let's do that one first, put the other one for this side. I like this. It comes on this really nice kind of magazine, a little heavier than magazine, but it's a glossy finish, or a satin finish, I guess you would want to say. And Rachel is an artist of herself. She is, she creates these coloring books here. And I found that they're pretty neat. I don't own any of them yet, but I am going to purchase them in the future. So if you own these coloring books, let me know, and let me know how you like them. So Rachel is an artist. She creates coloring books, but in this book she also goes into a little bit of insight in how she likes to color and kind of different, like chapter 1 is her coloring studio, and she goes into like the different types of paper, colored pencils. She goes into the wax based or the oil based pencils and kind of a little bit more in depth on what those are. And she talks about gel pens and pastels and then water-soluble mediums that you can use. And she just kind of goes through the basic kind of different types of tools that you can use while creating your coloring art. I like this one is because she kind of breaks it down into one section is all about the supplies, the next section is all about color theory and learning how to create different color palettes and schemes for your stuff. And she just goes through all of that. I like that. I like how it's neat because she kind of gives you into this like creative mode of how she kind of tackles or approaches coloring projects. And different techniques. I like this. I'm not going to go through the whole book, but she does do some different techniques on pencils, pastels, what you can do with gel pens, how to do cross hatching and all that kind of stuff in water. And then she also goes into markers and different creative effects. And then she goes and shows you a couple different ways how to achieve different layers and what you can do with your stuff. And she kind of, yeah, I like this. I like how she does it, and the step-by-step guides. If you want, you can follow along with her guides. She does include in the back the pictures that she uses for each of the things. So here's the flower from this one. She does include that in the back on non-glossy paper. It's on more of a cardstock style type of paper in the back. So you can, if you want to, you can follow along with her. And she does, the neat thing about this book, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. The neat thing about this book is so cool. She includes all of the supplies that she's using and what techniques and where to find the techniques that she uses on that page. And I thought that was so cool for like beginners or even me. I thought that it was great because then it gives me kind of a practice time or kind of it's for something to like elevate my coloring to the next level. So yeah, I thought that was really neat. And she also shows you how to do like, once again, oh sorry, I'll zoom out. Once again, she kind of goes through that whole process of that. Every different type of style she uses. She shows you how to do it on the supplies and all that, and what techniques she uses. And I just thought these were great, and how she just kind of goes through the different things and breaks it down, and really amazing, manageable for any kind of person wanting to get started in coloring or kind of elevate their coloring. I just thought it was really kind of cool how she does that. So, and I like this one because she talks about how to add different elements that are not in the book. She talks about how to add a water droplet to the page and how to achieve that. She goes in and shows you step by step how to start shading and adding a piece that doesn't even exist in the page to kind of give it a little bit more life and dimension. I thought that was really neat. Sorry if you hear my daughter crying in the background. It's her nap time, so I'm hoping she'll go down for her nap. That's what happens when you're a mom and trying to do YouTube videos. You gotta kind of squeeze them in whenever you can. Yeah, so this is the one book that I really am. I love how she kind of approaches the teaching people how to use these different techniques and stuff. I find that you have to look at each of these books with just a little bit of kind of each book are great, but then you add them together, you can kind of pick and choose the different kind of techniques that you want to use. Here's the new guide, if I could read, the new guide to coloring for crafts, adult coloring books, and other coloristas. Yeah. So, I wasn't this impressed with this book. I found that this book was good, but it wasn't great. The reason why I say that is it's more kind of for the crafter who wants to color something and then take it to do something with it. And for me, I'm not kind of that person. I like to color just to color for the sake of coloring. So, yeah, these people, I don't know, I can't say she because I don't know if they're, these people who created the Do magazine, I've never heard of them because I'm not a big crafter, but they kind of show you what you can make Christmas cards and wrapping paper and different things and that thing. But I do like the fact that they go through the different kind of supplies that you can use, like water-based markers or alcohol-based markers. What's the difference? And then they kind of go into the different styles and different brands and different kinds. And they break it down for you, what stroke style, sample strokes on each kind of thing. They talk about what you should buy and kind of tips on kind of guiding you to what you may feel that you want to do. They kind of talk to the reader about colored pencils and how that goes and the different styles and the different types, and just there's a lot of information in this book on more of this, like the tools of coloring, not just like different different techniques. And they kind of go through different brands and what the different brands have, and compiled more of a guidebook on being able to pick and choose or understand the different qualities of different brands of coloring supplies. Yeah, so they go through all of that in a little bit more in depth, but they do also have this one little section that I liked. It was thinking outside the box, and it was talking about using eyeshadow or makeup products for coloring and adding more shine, like a pan pastel, because you can pick up cheap makeup from Target or even the dollar store, and sometimes you can use those as a pan pastel, and then all you have to do is use a sealant before you go in to color more of your stuff if you wanted to. And I thought that was a really neat idea. I've never tried it, but I thought it was a kind of a cool idea to be able to, you can add vibrant colors without having to spend a ton of money on the pan pastels or chalk pastels in the stick and then having to grind them down. So yeah, and they just kind of talk to you guys and give you little tips and different paper stuff and different sharpeners that this magazine has found and tested over the years, and different types of erasers and light boxes and all of that kind of stuff, and how to organize your stash. more basic color theory stuff. I thought that was really kind of neat. But they're not really kind of showing you techniques. They're just kind of showing you like the fundamentals of color theory, what kind of supplies that you would want, what kind information on that, and that kind of thing. It's more towards when you get into like the back of the book. They talk about patterns and basic pattern making and that kind of thing, and adding patterns to just plain mandalas or plain little mandrels. And they talk about fine liners. But yeah, I mean, I found that this was more like on how to kind of do something, not a step-by-step kind of showing you a couple basic techniques. They do show you, but this is more for like, this is how a pencil will look on a piece of paper. This is how this color looks together. This is with, if you add these two colors together, this is the color you're gonna get. That kind of thing. I actually like this book, but I found that it was a little bit more heavier on the crafter side and on not on the coloring side. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. I will be doing a little bit more kind of research to see if there's any books out there. Like the other book, like Rachel's book, they do give you samples of images on like a cardstock again. It's the same paper. This one is not a glossy book. This is on this like kind of like little thicker computer paper, or not, well, yeah, I'd say it's a little thicker computer paper, where these are on the same exact paper. It's not the thick almost cardstock like the other book. But yeah, they give you a lot of different varieties that you can use. I found that this coloring workshop, the color workshop, was more for people who really want to learn step by step how to achieve a certain kind of technique or certain kind of effect in their books. But don't take my word for it. I'm not being paid. I'm just telling you my honest answers. I bought these with my own money. So yeah, I hope this was a great video for you guys. I hope you guys come back to my channel, and I will be trying to do more of this to the camera, talking instead of voiceovers, because yeah, I know you guys like it. I tried to hook up my microphone today, just FYI, if the volume or the sound is not great. I've been trying to figure that out because I got a blue Yeti mic, and I thought I did have to play around with it. So yeah, see you guys in another video, and if you like this video, please hit the like button down below, and if you have any questions, please comment down, and I will leave all the links to where I got these. I got them off of Amazon, and how much I paid for them, and all of that jazz. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy coloring. Bye!